In this video, I would like to introduce a bit of equipment to you that will help you as an astrophotographer. So if you're on telescope, this video will definitely be helpful to you. So this equipment will definitely make your life easier as an astrophotographer. But now, let's get started. First of all, I'd like to mention that the equipment I would like to show you in that video is not sponsored and not being paid for that. So all products shown in this video were purchased by myself. But now I would like to start. So the first thing I would like to introduce to you is that laser collimator. So if you're using an Newtonian telescope, it's very important that you do collimation. So collimation means aligning the optical components of your telescope. So in a Newtonian telescope, there are two mirrors, and it's very important that you align them to get sharp images of the night sky. And that is something that will help you to align those mirrors in that. So in the next few weeks, I would like to upload a video in which I would like to show you how you can align the mirrors of your telescope. So definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss that video. But that laser collimator will definitely help you to align those mirrors of your telescope. So when talking to astrophotographers out there, they often say that they collimate their telescope only once a year, and that's definitely not enough. So when capturing images of night sky, definitely make sure to collimate your telescope, or at least check the collimation every time you plan to capture images of the night sky. So you just need to attach that laser collimator to the focus of your telescope, and then you can directly start collimating your telescope. Number two is a dew heater. So if you own a telescope or a lens, for example, and if you like to capture images of the night sky, this is definitely a must-have for you. So in winter, for example, when capturing time-lapse videos of the night sky, you will get ice and dew on your lens, and that's definitely a problem. So in the beginning, when I did not own a dew heater like that one, unfortunately there was a lot of dew and ice on the lens, especially when capturing time-lapse videos of the night sky in winter. And therefore, that's definitely something I would recommend. So if you like to use a dew heater for your lens, for example, those USB-powered dew heaters are fantastic for you because you can attach them to your power bank. You can attach those dew heaters to your lens, for example, to not get dew or ice on your lens, but you can also attach these dew heaters to your guide scope, for example, or to binoculars when observing objects in the night sky in winter. So that's definitely something I would recommend. So if you plan to buy a dew heater for your telescope, there are also a few dew heaters that you can control with your Astro computer, but those ones are usually a bit more expensive. So those USB-powered dew heaters are usually not that expensive, but when planning or buying a dew heater like that one, definitely make sure to buy one that has a controller, because that will help you, or that with that you can control the power of that dew heater. Number three is that piece. So when using a telescope for deep sky astrophotography, power is definitely something you need to know about. So when using a deep sky astrophotography setup, there are a lot of components on that setup that need power. And in the beginning I had a lot of problems because some of them need 12 volts and some need 5 volts, such as the dew heater, for example, and then I just bought that one. And that's definitely something I would recommend to a lot of you out there. So on one side you have that adapter that you can attach to your power supply, so 12 volts, and on that display here, for example, you can see the power output of that adapter. So on that side you can attach a bit of equipment that uses 12 volts, and that might, for example, be a mount, for example, or an Astro computer. So the CWO ASIO Pro, for example, needs 12 volts, and that's definitely something you can attach here. And on the other side, so here, for example, here you have 4 USB ports, and one of them has USB 3, which is something I use for attaching my DSLR camera. So I'm not using the batteries of my DSLR camera. And I'm attaching my DSLR camera to that port, and as well attach the dew heaters for my guide scope, for example, to that one. And that definitely helps me to get power for all of the equipment I've attached to my deep sky astrophotography setup. Number 4 is that finder scope. So when buying beginner telescope, usually they come with those cheap laser finder scopes, but they are definitely not suitable for finding objects in the night sky. So in the beginning I used a laser finder scope, and it was so hard for me to find the Andromeda galaxy, for example. But after attaching that tailored finder scope, it was so easy for me. So in that finder scope there is an LED that just shines a light on that mirror in the back, and when looking at that finder scope here from the back, you will see circles on that glass here on the top, and that will definitely help you to find objects in the night sky. And you can as well find deep sky objects because you can select the brightness of that LED light, and when looking for very dark objects such as galaxies, you can switch to the lowest brightness possible, and therefore that will definitely help you to find star clusters, nebulae, and galaxies, so of those very dark objects. So this is definitely something I would recommend, and it's very easy to attach to your telescope, and it's very easy to use that for finding objects in the night sky. So this is a bit of equipment I have planned to introduce to you, and I would definitely recommend all of those pieces. And if you have any questions on one of those, definitely make sure to write these questions down below in the comments, and I would definitely help you. And if this guide or this video in general was helpful to you, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, clear skies, Felix.